Alright, so it's morning now, so you guys can see. I did stop by Harbor Freight to get a 27 mil deep socket wrench for this bolt right here, because I'm start working on the upgraded transmission stuff. And also got a breaker bar. Believe it or not, been working on this car without a breaker bar for a while. Some shop towels and mat, because the one that's right there is kind of dirty, and I used it. Well, I didn't really wanted to use it, but probably got some metal shavings in there that I don't want to lay down on. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding springs. So I've been reading a couple of stuff online regarding this bolt right here that a lot of people actually strip the nuts on. So I'm gonna try and be careful with that. Try not to do that. I'll let you guys know. My only complaint about these tools is I have a lot of trouble taking these off for some reason. Like, they're not just, you can't just pull them out. So never actually tried to do that, just do it by force. Yeah, I'll try to take them off. And then one nice thing about this is a lot of people do talk crap about Harbor Freight tools, but the lady at the counter actually told me, hey, something happens to this, yeah, Pittsburgh tools, you can go ahead and there's a lifetime warranty on it. Bring it to the store. You don't even need to have a receipt, and they'll replace it, I guess, as much as how many times you break it. So cool stuff. So I will get started on that. Take off that bolt. Again, it's a 27 mil or I believe a 1/16 socket. So yeah. Alright, so breaker bar did work really good. I'm glad I actually got the I'm not sure what it's called, but the clicking version makes this a little bit easier than having just a regular braking bar that you have to take off and put on every time you turn. So it is, yeah, it's kind of expensive in my view. It was 20 bucks. The regular one was around 10. But in this case, pretty happy I'm getting a use out of it. So that's, I guess it's worth the investment. And also, I'm a cheap kind of person, so the cheaper the better. I'm gonna get this off. There's a lot of resistance on here, so I'm really scared about cross-threading it, but we'll get there. Give you guys an update. Alright, so in my case, I guess I got lucky with my certain assembler, because not a lot of Loctite in there, so which is good. So that lessens the chance of cross-threading it, but there is some on the edge here that I couldn't get out, but that should be alright. I'll use some blue Loctite on it. But yeah, once you get that out, you'll have this sitting this way. Oop. This way. That goes in that way as well. So there are two different springs, so just replace that which to the ones that look like it, which is gonna be this one. Now if you guys want to see a difference in size, the black one is the M-Tech spring, while the other one is the stock one. And it seems to me that the M-Tech one's a little shorter, so I can't really tell by spring rate if there's a difference or not. Who knows? But hopefully I'll be able to feel that once it's in the car. So again, just oriented it the same way. Put this in there and that way, and back to the transmission it goes. Alright, so it came in with no problem. Once you tighten it, just really go slow on it, because again, you don't want to cross thread this, because if I remember correctly, the people who did cross thread this had to change up the back housing of the transmission, and that's around $400. So take your time and just be gentle with it. And once you tighten it enough, don't forget to torque it down to 29 foot-pounds of torque, and you should be good to go. I'm going to also do the other side, show you guys that. Alright, so got that torque down, and again, the other side will be right here, plucked out. You use the same hex key that you use for the drain and the fill, so 10M. Take that out, take the spring out, put the spring in, and torque it down to spec, which is, I believe, 18 foot-pounds of torque. So yeah, got that out with the breaker bar right over here. Suggest to be really careful with it, because that Loctite makes everything resistant when you take it out. Now, I really do not like these hex key things because it gives you a bigger chance to misalign something and cross thread. So just really be careful with that. Make sure to align properly before you take it off or put it back in. Make sure that you don't have any cross threading. Other than that, I got the spring right here. That's the old spring. Make sure you put the right spring. Blue one is the old, M-Tech is the black, and this one, the M-Tech one looks a little longer. So hopefully they didn't give me a wrong one for the other one, because or maybe it's a spring rate or material thickness or whatever. But hopefully that works out well. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in along with this. Don't forget to clean the tread lock again. I'm just gonna be putting blue tread lock to kind of replace that. I think green is stronger, maybe. Not sure, but I don't have any green, but it should hold, hopefully. But yeah, put it back, torque it down to 18 foot-pounds, and you should be good to go. That is now done. We got it back in there, so it's finally time to move on to the clutch fork and pivot. It's getting closer there. Running out of time here too. It's Sunday morning. I got work tomorrow, so I gotta finish this up by today because I do not have another car for tomorrow. But moving on, we're gonna first take off that pivot right there with a 19mm. I'm loving this breaker bar. Actually, it works out really well compared to my small ratchet. Yeah, let's take that off. And then we're gonna put the other one on there and go from there. So that pivot thing came out pretty easily. And comparing the two, I can't really tell. They weigh the same, but I think it's the material that's probably changing there. So this is supposed to be stronger than this thing. So hopefully it is. I'm gonna put this back in there. I'll go ahead and find the torque because I don't remember the torque spec. I think it was 18 foot-pounds. I'll double check on that. Put that on like so. And people don't usually use Loctite for this, so I'm not gonna use Loctite either. Even the BRZ guy said that, you know, Loctite isn't really necessary. Okay, got that in there. I'm gonna torque it down to spec. Again, note. It's not 18 foot-pounds, it's 12 foot-pounds, so don't over torque it. 12 foot-pounds of torque. 12, not 18, 12. Alright, got that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the bell housing real quick with brake cleaner. Just, I don't know, just because we're already here, might as well. So just spray it down. Definitely do not breathe that in. Oh god. Probably the cleanest I'll get it to be. Like so. There we go. Looks good to me. And I'm gonna go ahead and work on the clutch fork and throw out bearing. Alright, so I went ahead and removed the clips a while back from the stock ones. I'm going to be reusing these because I don't have any new ones. Just make sure you do clean them up prior to reinstalling them to the new clutch fork. So yeah, once you got them nice and clean, like so, you can go ahead and you can start off with this clip right here. So it's simple enough. Press that in there. Press in the clips, and it should go right into these two holes right over here, like so. Yeah, same way for this. Really, this one, just kind of play with it or follow some instructions to see how they go, because they are kind of confusing. I believe they go that way, hopefully, maybe. And then the throw up one will go on. Oh, do this. Let's see. This, and then this way. Just keep in mind of the orientation. This one is this way. Well, this one is that way. Throw out there should just go on like so. Should look like that something like that. Flip it in. Let's see if I can put this in first. No, I can't. Yeah, you gotta somewhat play around with it. Oh god. There we go. One. I think that's one. Then this is two. Voila. Yeah. So yeah, just like that. Throw bearing should just go on like that. I'm gonna go ahead and grease this up as well. That will just do. Well, first of all, if you are reusing the clips, make sure you do tighten them up just a tad bit by using some pliers, like so. And have it the same way for the other side as well. To keep the draw bearing more in place. After that, turn it around, and you are going to need to put some grease on where the throw out bearing comes in contact with the fork itself to reduce some of the vibration that you would get as well as the noise. And you guys can get this from the Veer's YouTube channel as well. That's what I was watching. And they recommend also putting on the back, just in case, like so. Once you have that, wipe out most of the grease in your hand and reinstall it the way it was before. So yeah, that way. This way. It's so tricky to get these right. The bad. Ooh, that one was simple. Now for the other side. Come on. Okay. And like so. Then bam. Voila. Right, so just rub that around a little bit. And that should be ready to go on the clutch itself. Not the clutch, transmission itself. So, on to installing it to the clutch itself. Damn it, the transmission itself. Get your high temp grease. Put a glob on where it contacts the pivot point, which will be in that middle right there. Just put some. Maybe it would have been smarter to put some before adding the wire in, or the clip in, but that'll work still. So yeah, and put some on the pivot itself as well. And then after that, you do need some on the shaft as well. Make sure that the throw out bearing can slide in easily. Right, so just put an even amount in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put some in the throw out bearing itself as well. Once you have that, throw out bearing is ready to go in. So what you do is stick it in the rubber boot here, set it in the shaft, and then hit it like so, and did I get it? No, it's not get it. I don't know what's happening. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I think that's how it's supposed to go. Hopefully. Let me check. Yeah, it's on there. That concludes that. We're ready to put this in the transmission now.